I set my alarm for 7 a.m. That's it, nothing unusual. I remember checking it twice, just to be sure. 7, not 6:59, not 6:30, exactly 7 o'clock. Then I went to sleep. Everything felt normal until it woke me up earlier. At first, I thought I imagined it. You know, that feeling when you wake up suddenly and don't know why? But then I heard it again. My alarm, ringing. Soft at first, like it was far away. I opened my eyes. The room was dark, too dark, like it was still the middle of the night. But the sound was real. My alarm tone, the exact one I always use. I reached for my phone, half asleep, still trying to understand what was happening. The screen lit up, and that's when I saw it. 6:12 a.m. I just stared at it, because that didn't make sense. My alarm wasn't set for 6:12, it was set for 7. I checked it again, still 6:12. The alarm stopped, just like that. No snooze, no notification, nothing. I told myself it was a glitch. Maybe I set it wrong. Maybe I forgot. So I opened the alarm app and checked. 7 a.m., exactly how I left it. That's when I felt it, that small, quiet feeling that something isn't right. But I ignored it, locked my phone, went back to sleep. The next time I woke up, it was even earlier. The sound hit harder this time, louder, closer, like it was right next to my ear. I grabbed my phone instantly. 5:47 a.m. My chest tightened. I opened the alarm app again. 7, still, unchanged. I didn't understand, so I stayed awake, just staring at the screen, waiting. Nothing happened. Minutes passed. Everything was quiet again. Until it rang. Again. But this time, I was already looking at the screen, and I saw it happen. The time changed from 5:52 to 6:59 to 7 in a split second, and the alarm went off exactly on 7 o'clock, like nothing was wrong. I didn't move. I just stared, trying to process what I just saw. That's not possible. Time doesn't jump. Clocks don't skip like that. But it did, right in front of me. I didn't sleep after that. Not really. I stayed in bed, waiting for it to happen again. And it did. The next night, I set the alarm again. 7, same as always. But this time, I stayed awake, watching the screen, watching the time. 6:03, 6:04, 6:05. Everything normal, everything slow, everything real. Then, the screen flickered just for a second, and the time changed. 5:31. Backwards. I felt my stomach drop. I didn't touch anything. I didn't move. The phone was in my hand, and the time was going the wrong way, slowly. 6:05, 6:04, 6:03. And then it stopped. The screen froze. The numbers didn't change. Nothing moved, not even the seconds. And then the alarm went off at 6:03. But that's not what scared me the most. Not the time, not the glitch, not the sound. It was the notification, because this time there was one on the screen, right under the alarm. It said, "You missed it." I stopped breathing. I stared at those words, trying to understand. What did I miss? What did I miss? I didn't do anything. I was right there, watching. Then, the screen changed again. The alarm disappeared, and another notification appeared. You're not waking up in time. My chest tightened again. That didn't make sense. I was awake. I was right there, looking at it. Then, the final message appeared, slower than the others, like it was being typed right in front of me. You're still asleep. Everything went quiet. No sound, no movement, just me and the screen. I looked around the room. Everything looked normal. My bed, my walls, my door. Nothing changed, but it didn't feel real anymore. I looked back at the phone. The time said 7 o'clock. Exactly 7 o'clock. The alarm went off. Normal. Perfectly normal. Like nothing had happened. I turned it off. Slowly. Carefully. Then I stood up, walked to the bathroom, looked at myself in the mirror. And for a second, I didn't recognize what I saw. Not because it looked different, but because it looked delayed. Like it moved a fraction of a second after I did. I stepped back. My reflection stepped back, just a moment too late. That's when I realized something. Something I can't explain. Something I can't prove. But I feel it every time I go to sleep now. The alarm doesn't wake me up early. It wakes something else first. And every time it does, it gets closer to waking me before I wake up. If your alarm ever goes off before it should, don't check the time. Don't open your phone. And whatever you do, don't go back to sleep. Because next time, it won't wake you up early. It'll wake you up after.